Jonathan Pollard, for whatever reason, who, again, this is a spy. This is a person that did trade secrets against the United States for Israel.
This is that fat fuck, right?
He went to federal prison for a long time. And now he apparently is the person that they're listening to when it comes to advice about how we should be conducting foreign policy. There he is.
We don't think geostrategically. Forget about Giuliani. Forget about Donald Trump. I am principally worried, first of all, for the welfare of our Druze brothers across the border, but secondarily, if Giuliani and his Islamists actually reoccupy that area,
that they will.
We will have the Turks. We will have the Turks right on our border.
We eventually will.
The Turks. The young Turks? Does Cenk know about this? I don't understand, like, how anybody can watch this disgusting bigotry. Because the only person who would even talk like that is a bigot. There's nothing strategic about that. Okay, so you expand and then what? So it's like I move in and then my fence is right next to the Turks.
He looks just like that. He looks just like that guy.
Fucking pig.
Looks just like the guy who says, hey, if I don't steal it, somebody else will. That's their attitude. There's always justification behind their war crimes and crimes against humanity.
Yeah, they are.
Not so sure.
Good luck with that.
That we will have as easy a time with the Turks as we've had with the Iranians.
Easy?
Wait, he thinks he's going to have an easier time with the Turks, he said?
No, listen closely.
Okay.
Easy a time with the Turks as we've had with the Iranians.
We won't have as an easy of a time with the Turks.
Who said that you're having an easy time with the Iranians?
There's that. And, well, at least he has some awareness about Turkey. But, yeah, no, you won't. You won't, because your country's full of fucking pussy cowards, and our country is not equipped to fight that war. So good luck with Turkey. That sounds fun. This man is just a fucking wackadoo.
Slightly.
Exactly. I think that too.
I've been following Turkish military doctrine, and
the strongest army in the Middle East.
The storm is coming.
Yes, of course. And they're a member of NATO.
And even worse, they're a member of NATO. So I look at Iran as a problem we absolutely have to finish. And
are you the one who's going to finish it?
Well, Iran's the problem that we have to finish. What's so interesting with all of these people is if you take out the word Iran and substitute it with Ziohel, everything they say is so accurate. It's really funny. So, like, I'm here, like, that's how I try to envision it in my head. And it just makes it so, like, I'm trying to will that into the world. Because, yes, we do. We have to finish this. I agree.
Animal.
I'll explain what I mean by that. Gaza, same thing, and the Hezbollah. Why am I fixated on this now? Because we have to be prepared for the next war, which will be probably against Turkey and Egypt. So I hope not also, but we, hope, you remember, it was the last demon out of Pandora's box. And there's a reason.
Wait. Turkey was the last demon?
Yeah, apparently. They'll come up with another one after that.
Okay, so so I'm just curious because, so this is someone that's claiming the need for Jews to be protected, the Jewish state, Jewish religion. He's wearing the fucking tiny hat, the whole thing, right? And he's sitting there and talking about Greek mythology. So I obviously he's obviously a very pious man, a very religious man. Can you make him go away? He's disgusting.
Yeah, he's pretty disgusting, but he's also somebody who, again, is there's a really good photograph that I think captures this well. And I think I had either saved it or I'd sent it to Colin. But it's hard to believe that this is real. And Colin, if you can pull this up, why did it do that?
Because it's amazing to me. It's these animals will never, I hate even calling them animals because I like animals. Like, that's not even
vermin.
Well, they are. They're vermin. Yeah. They're vermin. Yeah,
When
but they're never going to be satisfied. So there's always going to be another war. No matter how big your fucking Zio state gets, it's going to border somebody. And that's what their problem is, because that's basically, they can't get along well with other people. They're incapable. These people are incapable of sharing the planet with the rest of us. They're just not. And so we need to escort them off.
You know, I wasn't sure if this photo of Gavir was actually real or not, but it turns out that it is. He actually did make this sadistic face at these.
I'm sure he did. Why wouldn't you think that's real?
Well, some thought that it was an AI or that, it was a photo that he didn't actually do that. But
no, you don't need to use AI for this guy. Why would you?
No.
This is him.
But what this photo actually shows is it's very true. We are basically... we are bounded to the Zio cause. And anybody, and I do mean anybody, because look, I'm not going to say anything good about John Cornyn, but, Ken Paxton, who has a lot of dirt under his fingernails, he gets christened by Trump and goes out and wins the Texas Senate primary runoff election on Tuesday.
Okay, so you're not saying anything good about Cornyn, but there's a laundry list of shit we could say that's bad about Cornyn. So that is by no means a cause worth taking up.
No, but what I'm saying is that Trump still does have the Midas touch in many respects with his base, which is a scary prospect because he makes it so obvious that this is who we are conscripted to. We have to answer to this diabolical cause, which is never going to go away until we cut him off at the head. Like, that's the only way.
Look at this picture for a second, guys, how fucked up this is. I mean, yeah, it's a meme, and if you took the meme stuff off of it and just literally looked at the picture, you have a guy with a t-shirt that says "Not another bomb." And he's the one being violently assaulted and mocked. The man who's saying, "Please stop killing people."
Nana poo poo.
Right. And just, that's what's so ridiculous. They're making it be like a taxpayer. It's a stupid meme. I don't know why they bothered making it a meme. It's its own meme. I mean,
it is.
Yeah. Yes, it's a real photo. We're not showing it for the taxpayer, whatever. That stuff is stupid shit, but it is a real photo.
Well, the thing about Gavir is that he really is a sadistic, cold-blooded, scumbag. I mean, there's no other way to describe it.
Yeah.
I think in many ways.
Which is why I wish for him what I wish for him.
Sure. He is not long for this world. He is somebody who.
That's not what I wish for him. That's easy. Death is easy. I wish for him everything that he has wanted for the people that he's holding hostage from Palestine. I want all of that for him and more.
I think that's reasonable.
Oh yes, like I said, I don't ever put stuff out there, but I think people should get what they put out there. That's my thought.
That also speaks in so many ways to what we had talked about just this past week regarding the IDF soldier when she so flippantly says, "I only killed 4 Palestinians, only 4. I know people that have killed many more." And not only was it 4 Palestinians, but it was 4 children. She even admitted that there were 4 kids.
Well, of course they were.
And just says it with a grin on her face, with a smirk and a smile, suggesting that she's actually, not only is she proud of it, but she's upset with herself for not killing more. Like, oh,
she doesn't care.
I only got 4. Isn't that terrible? Yeah.
The problem with that, and I have considered, like I did too, but the problem is that's really abusive to animals.
Yeah, that's not.
So my thought process is along those same lines, but it has to be inanimate objects because it's not okay to do that to animals. But yes, look, again, I'm not saying I think that. Those are the things he does and comes up with and wishes and perpetrates. So I just think that should come back. That's all.
And since we can't seem to get anybody on Capitol Hill because they're all bought off by corporate special interests. We just saw what obviously happened with Massey. This is why we keep telling people that if you think the change is going to come at the ballot box, it's not. It's going to come in the streets. And here's a small example of what just happened on Capitol Hill. I believe this, I don't think this was Code Pink, but pay attention.
Palestinian hostages now!
Free Palestinian hostages now!
Palestinian hostages now!
Free Palestinian hostages now!
We are outside Congress in Washington, D.C., and as you can see behind me, a group of protesters are kneeling in a stressed position. They are imitating how Israel mistreated members of the global Smooth Flotilla.
There were like 100 police officers here to arrest 7 protesters. We wanted to demonstrate the stress positions that the Palestinian hostages are subjected to. There's approximately more than 4...
Medea. There's Medea.
I didn't think it was Code Pink by themselves, but here's the thing. Do you think for one second that these cops are not being told, hey, you got to arrest those people?
Of course. Okay. But several things. But we could talk about it after. I mean, I have that position is considered torture. So
Yes.
First and foremost, that position that they're emulating is torture, first off. And the fact that they're literally lying down with their hands behind their backs in the most completely unthreatening position, hence why you put people in that position.
Arrest them.
And yet they're arresting them with like cops in a 3-to-1 fashion of people that have already handcuffed themselves.
They don't
Good
feel
work,
safe,
officers. Good work.
Jen, Shabbos Kessenbaum doesn't feel safe. Remember that. Very important.
These guys are arresting people that are already handcuffed.
This position has now become a symbol of Israel's crimes and total impunity. In recent days, we've seen similar protests inside Australia's parliament, in Belgium, the Netherlands, and in other countries.
There are still several people in the hospital in Turkey. We know that someone was tasered in their genitals, and there were cases of rape. So you can imagine if they do this to people from countries like France or Belgium, you can just imagine what they're doing to Palestinians all the time.
Activists here say they chose to stage a protest on the day of Eid because Palestinians in Gaza are not able to celebrate with their loved ones.
They unfortunately do not have the means to celebrate it. And they're not celebrating it, so we wanted to be out here to show our support, especially for Eid.
Protesters here want to make something very clear. If all the members of the flotilla have been released, there are still thousands of Palestinian hostages who are being sexually abused, mistreated, and tortured. They are often detained without charge in Israeli dungeons, and some of them are children.
Palestinians have no due process. They have no rights. When their lawyers come to visit them, there are stories.
It's more than that, but it's more than 9,000. My understanding is it's somewhere between 10 and 11 that we are documented.
Pretty insane, wouldn't you say?
And the kids that they're talking about, for people who don't know, the kids that are being held hostage are there for throwing rocks at tanks and shit like that. And none of the people, I mean, maybe only a handful of people, have been charged or have any sort of process. Like they're just all being held hostage.
Correct.
When lawyers actually are successful in accessing them to represent them in court, they get further tortured and beaten up by the IOF. So it is just a horrific system that needs to end.
Wanted to demonstrate and make sure that people understand the level of torture, the stress positions that they've been subjected to. That needs to stop. We do not want our tax dollars, our hard-earned tax dollars, going to a genocidal apartheid state.
This is something I want everyone who is physically capable that's watching this at some point, get down on your knees, put your face, your forehead on the ground, and put your hands behind your back. Okay? And just sit there and hold that. Hold that and see what that feels like. I happen to know it's not easy to do because even in anything with the toes under like that with yoga, it's really hard. And it's just not something that's remotely comfortable at all. So, that's torture.
The fact that there is no condemnation of any of this behavior, nothing. And we look around and we are desperately trying to find answers as to what it's going to take. What is that tipping point? Where do people say, enough is enough? we have to demonstrate. But there's also something to be said for what we talked about on Monday regarding what happened in McMinn County in Tennessee all those years ago. As much as protesting matters, there comes a point where you have to realize that unless you're willing to go to very specific lengths, nothing will change.